Craig.
Hello, Craig.
Okay. First off, in a small little orphanage just outside of Greenflower, a young adult green scale dragonborn is being escorted to the city limits of Greenflower by an older dwarf woman known colloquially as Mama Stonejaw. Now, Tevorth, you be careful when you're making your way to Thegboulder. They've been getting some bad influences down there from... name just immediately slipped my head. New Pratch.
He said, I always keep my nose clean.
I know. I've seen what you do to the curtains.
Sorry about the acid.
It's fine.
All the curtains.
And they need to be replaced anyway. So, you just take care of yourself, and remember, there's always a home for you if you want to come back.
What was your name again?
Mama Stonejaw.
Mama Stonejaw?
Yes.
I'll just call her Mama. Thanks, Mama.
Mm-hmm.
And I start to wander away.
Okay, start wandering away to Greenflower, intent on moving southward through Millstone and then eventually Thegboulder. Meanwhile... Coco, if you'd be so kind as to... Well, actually, I can drop your map character focus for you. There you go. Rickard, having recently escaped his ordeal, with very few things on his person beyond what he was able to snatch on his way out, has made it to a village. The village itself you're not super familiar with. You don't recall walking through these streets, though it has been a little bit since you've been in civilization proper. You have decided to stick to the back alleys to avoid any contact when you stumble upon a person wearing some relatively holy vestments who the two of you catch each other's eye. Excuse me, sir, have you recently entered the town?
With darting eyes and a general skittish look, trying to both keep an eye on the person that just made contact with him and also like each corners of the alleys, he's Rykard is just trying to answer as much as possible. Recently, yes. A few hours ago. Is everything okay?
I was hoping everything would be okay with you. Yes, everything's fine with me. You seem a bit worse for wear, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, it has been a tedious kind of week or month. Don't remember exactly. But yeah, definitely better than it used to be. Could be better, but it's okay for now.
Well, my name is Omaha, and if you'd like to follow me, I can take you to some place where you can get food, clothing, and we can take care of you. As he presents his hand that seems to have a chain wrapped around its palm.
Okay, he can I make an insight check or not?
You certainly can.
Like, do I trust this person? Insight, where the fuck is this? Insight -1. Great. Regular. Jump to bottom 6. Well, definitely seems trustworthy to me. Okay.
Hey, seems like a charitable soul.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he just presents himself as being like, "Hi, I'm Rykard Rohort. Nice to meet you." And he just like shake the person's hand and fall.
As you touch the chain, you take 1 point of radiant damage.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ow! Ooh. Ooh. And he just like shake his hand like, have you been like cooking stuff recently? Your hand is quite warm.
The chain is wholly imbued. It is designed to find fiends and undead, of which you are at least one. And you see him draw his weapon. I'd like for you to roll for initiative, please.
Fuck. Quick question: do we still initiative +2? No, fuck. Am I still holding his hand or no? Or did I just like
you would have
recoil?
recoiled. So you're
Okay. But are we still like engaged or?
No, I'll say that you would have like been able to step back like 10 feet, recoiling from the pain.
Vision range. I can see without my eye. 16.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah,
this
no,
is unfortunately an aspect of Foundry where you don't automatically start off with vision for some weird reason.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's see here.
Yeah, nobody can see it.
There you go. Should be able to see everything now.
Okay, I'm ready. Done.
Okay. You don't have your token down? Not really. That's fine. Okay, so I should be there. Well, I'm going second. So did it count the initiative? Where is it? Yes. Okay, I'm there. All good.
Okay, so first off, he will run up to you and hit you with his mace.
I am going to die.
Maybe. 16 hits?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, I have 12, so should hit, yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, you take 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage. Holy shit.
You guys are at level 1. At that point, it is your turn.
Display and control. Always for owner. Hit points. I don't have anything else. Okay, so let me just edit the token. -4. -4. Took a big chunk of damage. Well, I guess we are within melee. Then in that case, that changes my options. I only have access to how is Chill Touch range 120 feet?
Because it's a very misleading spell. It is not chill or touch.
All right, there we go. Yeah, it's
Yeah, that
necrotic.
means if I do that as a melee
Yes.
attack, I'm gonna have to
It is a ranged necrotic spell.
oh, fuck. That's not what I would do. I assumed this is also range spell attack, so same shit. That means I have no melee spell attack? Fuck. And disengaging is an action, correct?
Yep.
I just took 4. Yeah, that would just delay the inevitable. Yeah, I guess I'll just use fuck melee damage. Well, I guess I wouldn't have a spear with me. Bite is gonna be then. I'm gonna go for a jugular.
Well, I would say that you would have a spear if you want it.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, I'll try to go for a caustic blade.
Mm-hmm.
Spear, and where's my spell list? Caustic blade. I have no clue what's the difference. What? 5 feet emanating? The fuck?
Make a melee attack with a single weapon against one creature within the spell's range. Otherwise, the spell fails. On a hit, the target suffers the weapon's normal effects. except that any damage dealt by the attack is acid damage instead of its normal type. If you miss by 3 or less, the acid splashes on the target, and you instead deal 1d8 acid damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cardi picked this one up.
So I guess how do I select there it is. So this should be here instead. Okay, so rolling for the regular attack damage, and if it misses, it splashes with 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It misses by 3 or less.
I love all of the blade spells that Valda's added.
Okay, 18 plus 2, goddamn. 20 hits.
Yep, soft 20.
Okay, damage. Regular. So that's a total of 4 damage to the creature.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say wait, no, I can explain, please.
I can explain. Stabs.
Alright. Yep, it looks like he's got that zealous bloodlust in his eyes. You're
Wow.
undead, ergo you must be slain.
Ah, fuck, it's one of these.
Yes, this is one of these. Another melee attack.
Am I going to survive this? Probably not. Holy shit, 13. Yeah, that hit.
1d8 worth of acid damage.
No, the d8's only if he misses.
Mhm.
It's a good insurance spell.
No, all the blade spells are really fucking good.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that
they
lets
are.
you change your weapon damage type, which is pretty cool.
Let's see here. Nope, that should have been a 3 for damage.
Okay, barely holding up.
Yep.
Minus
Coco's
3.
gonna die! Welcome back, Coco!
It's fine. Why can't I? Minus 3. There you go. Bloodied. Ooh, that's new. Question. Blood prints. Why can't I see the details of the spell? View item. There you go. Yeah, no, so that's not gonna work. And false life. I can tap HP. I guess I could do that. But it's not gonna heal me. Okay. But that would allow me to survive another hit. How are they looking?
They're looking bloodied themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the feeling that you're a bit sturdier than they are.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just go for it. I'll just Caustic Blade again.
Okay.
Shift click. Okay. And so I'll just yeah, right. So I have to do a regular attack. Attack. Normal. So I guess 19 passes, and
It certainly does.
Regular. Is that a 1?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. Still enough to drop him.
Oh, really? Holy shit, okay.
Yep. He has very
He
nerfed
survived.
stats.
Okay.
So, 2 questions is, 1, did you want that last hit to be lethal or non-lethal?
Honestly, with all this shit that he's been through, and considering that he saw the zealot look in his eyes, yes, this is going to be lethal.
Okay.
Also,
That's
also,
fair.
I forgot to check
Murder!
murder.
On the Owl Express!
Fuck, Dampier. What was the? I need to check what's my trigger, because if it's blood, I'm fucked, and I'm just gonna gouge on this dude.
Well, the other question is if you would have the state of mind to search him for anything.
That's the thing. If okay, let me just roll a d6. Why can't I? What? Yeah, fuck this. Slash air 1d6. 6. Life energy. Ah! Okay, it's fine. Okay, then you quick perception check. Is anybody in the back alleys?
Now, as far as you can see, you guys are in private.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just like ruffle through his stuff to see if like there's anything interesting. Hopefully, I'll avoid the chain because that's what he said was like imbued.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do find two things. One, you find 2 gold pieces worth of change.
Okay, not bad.
And you find a necklace that is magic to the touch, but it doesn't harm you.
Okay, I guess I just pocket this right now and yeah, fuck it. Let's do like wisdom saving throw and see if I if I feed on this dude or no. I have very low wisdom. Why did I do those stats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
19.
Okay, yeah, no, I just run for my life.
Okay, so you're running out of town?
Yep, just pocket the amulet and just run for my life.
Fantastic. I would imagine that once you're safely out of town, you would have the time to identify it.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here.
I
I'm
can
just
just
going to make
spend
sure
time
that
with it to identify it, correct?
Let's see here, owner.
I can just spend time with the item to identify it, right?
Yeah, just an hour focusing on it. You find a periaptive wound closure.
What?
Whenever you make a death saving throw, you can change a roll of 9 or lower to a 10, turning a failed save into a successful one.
Ooh.
Additionally, whenever you roll a hit point die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores.
Oh.
It does require attunement.
Okay, but that means anytime I regain hit points, I can double.
No, anytime you would roll a hit point die to regain hit points.
Oh, it's only
Like-
hit point. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But I guess that means I can attune it every time we do a. I don't know, because that's for a short rest.
Mhm.
But short rests are 30 minutes, and it takes an hour to attune stuff, right?
Short rest is an hour.
Oh, then I could just like swap the attunement of that maybe. I'll attune it for now because I don't have anything. But yeah.
Yep.
And-
So, just to make sure I'm understanding the system of Foundry correctly, if you go under items, you should see a folder that's labeled Vital Few Items.
Yep.
Do you see? Can you open that and see the periapt in there?
I can, but it's probably because of my DM stuff, and I
That's a
can
good
drag it
point.
down.
Jay, you don't have the same permissions. Can you see it in there?
The items?
Yes, under items.
Yes.
So
I can.
okay, so you do see the periapt in there.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, so that is working exactly as it should be.
It's under the vital few items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I moved it so just to peek behind the DM screen, Charlie, you have a folder labeled Charlie, which will be items that you'll likely call upon during the course of the campaign. And
Oh, I see it now. I had to open up vital few.
yeah.
Yeah.
And under the vital few items is anytime the party gets a specific magic item, you can take it from your folder and then drop it into the vital few items so that they have access to it.
Okay, and it will once I switch folders, like show them it.
Yep. That's what I
Okay.
just tested, and it works out perfectly.
Yay!
So I'll just get rid of those 2 tokens real quick. Let's see here, activate that. Next up, we are going to be changing scenes. Ramirez.
Ah! Ramirez, protect the Burger Town.
Now, you have done a lot of good in DeRosa. You've helped out the folks
Yeah.
of Ohmtown more than occasion, payment for helping them out. But you've set your sights on a location that might be able to benefit from your help a little bit better. The land of Trasm across the seas.
Damn hobgoblins moving out there.
Mm-hmm. Hobgoblins and a rumor of a slave trade. Particularly, you have heard word that some ships have been sailing towards Trasm. As you do board the ship, You do notice that there is a hobgoblin on the ship with you. However, rather than being part of another group of hobgoblins, he is with a tabaxi.
He is going to keep his distance, but definitely, try to size him up. Try to size up to the tabaxi as well. Does it look like, what's the tabaxi wearing?
He definitely seems to be wearing something that is more traditional garbs of what you would find in Tentanoon. Like a lot of gold, a lot of like light flowing cloth. She does seem to have a little bit of a skull aesthetic to her staff, so she seems to be magical of some sort.
Okay. Is this kind of can I get the vibe of like human like is this a human trafficking vibe, like slavery?
You can go
Should I
quick
make like an
insight check.
insight?
Yeah, that'll be an insight.
15.
The tabaxi seems actually pretty happy enough. In fact, the dynamic between the two, it seems that although they might be equals generally, the hobgoblin seems a little bit more in the current situation in a more submissive position. Almost as if, like, in this particular case, like, the hobgoblin might be desperately asking the tabaxi for a favor.
Ramirez will Hunter's Mark. Ramirez will Hunter's Mark the hobgoblin and just kind of see where it goes. Try to keep kind of out of sight, or not, like, try to blend into the crowd, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as you are trying to keep to blend into the crowd, and meanwhile keep an eye on the hobgoblin, it's a hobgoblin. Of course, he's going to raise your suspicions.
Mm-hmm.
We cut over to the perspective of the hobgoblin and the tabaxi.
Oh no,
meow,
Gia
meow.
roleplay.
Yep. Meow meow.
I'm sorry. I changed the
Mewery.
the placeholder name to Meowery.
Okay, Meowery. Okay. Meowery. Do you remember why we are going to Trasm?
No.
Okay. To reiterate, you want to go and find friends.
Yeah.
I would like to go there to find loot, gold, magic items, information to send back to my friends and family in Bluejon. And we are going to be able to do both of those things much better together. Right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And now, because we are friends, we want to help each other, including making sure we both get home alive.
Of course.
Fantastic. Now, because of this, sometimes we are going to run into unsavory individuals. People who don't want to make friends. People who would be very mean to us. And in those cases, we cannot talk to them. We will need to fight them.
Average conversation with Gia.
Now, I promise you this. I do not want to fight. At all. If we fight, it will be because of them. So, if I find someone that we can possibly make friends with, I will let you know. However, if we happen to find something that is absolutely, that I am positive is going to try to kill us, please do not try to negotiate with them.
Feel the 5 years of trauma of Eric as a DM and Gia as a player.
This is absolutely out of character.
But what if you're wrong?
I assure you, I have been trained to be very, very good at determining the hostility of the creature I am facing. It was part of the training I have received since I was a wee little baby hobgoblin. And yet, I am going to ignore that training and be even more passive. For your benefit. I promise you, I will only fight if I am 110% certain that the creature we are facing cannot be reasoned with.
Okay.
You promise to trust my judgment on this one. Do you promise?
Do I have to do it now?
I would very much appreciate it if we do it now, as opposed to when we're in the middle of fighting for our lives.
But what if they're fighting for their lives too?
Then they should not have been the one to throw the first punch.
Okay.
I
is
promise
too much
we will
character
not
development.
be the aggressors here. They will be the ones who will make their intentions clear first and foremost.
Okay. I believe you.
Excellent. And so you promise that if I say we need to kill it, you will try to kill it and not befriend it, yes?
But what if after I kill it we be friends?
That will work. You can raise it up as a friend. You can make it a pet afterwards.
If they consent. Sure.
Fantastic. So it is a deal then.
Yes. I believe you.
Excellent. Now, as part of this, the land we're going to, the city is Thegbolder, primarily inhabited by dwarves. Dwarves, being a bit on the mean side, just a bit, don't tend to trust hobgoblins. So when we're going through customs, I'm going to be leaving... What was that?
I'll be the one talking.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Just make sure that they know that we're peaceful, that we intend to join the Adventurers Guild and help out. To be heroes.
And make more friends.
Exactly. It's so good that you and I are on the same page.
We are on the same page. I don't think we're on the same book. But that's okay.
We don't have to be on the same book, but it's good enough.
Gia's reading just like a picture book. The cow goes moo.
And meanwhile, Gazrol's reading The Art of War.
Yeah,
And both of them
but
are
they're
on
both
this
on
cover.
page 7.
Yep. Oh dear. Got my thumbs in arm's reach.
It's talking about how the cow's friends with all the other animals on the farm.
What sound does the fox make, Gia?
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
please.
Roxy.
Alright.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, Val, what did you say?
He asked what sound the fox makes.
Ah. Well, Roxy answered for that.
Yeah. Okay, cutting back, Coco. Your character has decided to stick to the woods to avoid any attention on the main road. As you are traveling through the woods to what you can only assume is the south, you come on a small cabin.
Okay, 2 questions before that. During the travel, did I took a short rest? And if not, did I feed on any animals on the way?
You could absolutely have taken a short rest, and if you would like to feed on animals, you certainly can.
It's just like if I don't have time for a short rest, then like he'll like feed on animals, but otherwise like he'll just take the short rest.
You'll have time to do both.
Okay, then short rest it is, because he doesn't really want to do that now.
That's fine.
How do I rest?
Should be towards the top. Yep, the fork and knife is a short rest.
Okay, no hit dice remaining. Okay. Okay, that did consume a short rest. It did heal me. 6, 3. Oh, so I rolled a 3 and it already doubled the no. The +3 is from my constitution, so I should have 3 in addition to that. Okay, so I should be at max. Okay. Sorry for your technicality. We can go. So you were saying, going through the woods?
Yes, going through the woods and you find a cabin.
Okay. Doesn't look disheveled, abandoned.
Vel,
Somewhat.
how would you describe this cabin?
Not so much disheveled. It's definitely showing its age, but it looks well maintained. There is like a small garden off to the side that like looks actively watered and tilled. It's obvious that someone's around.
Okay. Then during the day, does it look like it's like starting to become nighttime and like or like closing onto nighttime, and that would be a good place to like request for shelter, or no?
It is coming up on nighttime, so if you don't want to sleep out in the woods or try and like push yourself to hopefully hit the next town, which may or may not work out well for you, this might be your best option at a place to long rest for the evening.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's what he's gonna go for. So yeah, circling the shack or hut around.
There's most
until
certainly a shack. There's this one big room in this building. It's not like
yeah, circling it until he can find what looks like an entrance or like a main pathway that leads to a door. He'll like try to get himself on that path and like use his spear as kind of a walking stick to, if there's cobble, make noise and make sure that his like arrival is known, and then like get next to the front door and knock on it 3 times, twice close and 1 further bite.
as you're walking up the deck, some animals would scurry out from underneath. Would he? I suppose it would be quiet enough that you wouldn't. He will. There'll be a moment of like, oh, is all you'll hear, and a few moments later he'll look at the door like, rather late.
Hello.
Before you is that picture that I posted up there. But also, hold on, sorry, I had to switch over to Chrome. Fair-skinned man wearing a nice, well-taken care of blue cloak over an otherwise well-loved and worn clothes. His eyes, amber eyes, almost seem to glow sharp in a sharp contrast to his silvered hair. An older human stands before you.
Okay. And I guess since like we didn't get a description of Rykard before, I'll just like hop on with my description. So in return, you see some clearly younger human male from like the various features that you can ascertain. Flowing, ambered, almost like blood-like hair, with a few streaks of very prominent silver lines, even if you don't see any like what's it called, discerning aging features on his face. So might be a style choice, might be just like a genetic condition. Very like kind features for someone who looks this lean and also this quote-unquote disheveled. Not because of what you would expect of somebody that just lives out on the street, but it does look like this person have been out for an extended period of time with the same set of clothes that in their heyday might have been like really pristine and really well done, but right now are like tattered in some places as if like they have seen some fighting, or just because of like the number of time that this person had to sleep outside just because that was the only refuge that they could find out, and now it's almost getting into a state of like rags. So yeah. With that, you have their skittish blue eyes that just like go left and right, even when you open the door, and present themselves like, "Hello, I'm Rykard Rohart. Yes. So I've been walking out for quite a while. Had a really rough day, and I was wondering if you would be so hospitable as to have a space for me for the night. I've been sleeping outside for quite a while, and this place looks kind of nice. So if I could just sleep inside for one night, that would be nice.
Okay, so hold on. Out of character, real quick. Living in the forest, there's some concerning things, I'd imagine, right?
Occasionally, yeah.
Like in the real world, some of that, like real world outside, like if, or like you hear like all the horror stories of like someone's like, "Hey, can I just like sleep in for the night?" Like he might be a fae or something.
Skinwalker.
Is that something that might have happened before?
Generally, yes, but you would get like a distinct feeling for it. There would definitely be something like uncanny about the person, like a fae, because with your higher than average insight, you feel confident that you would be able to discern a person who's kind of down on their luck versus a fae who's trying to pass themselves off as human.
I mean, you can always insight, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Not because he's done anything suspicious, other than like, yeah, can I just like be in your house for the night? It's like, huh. I'm still trying to get used to this cheat. Everything's on the side now.
I hear you. That's going to take a while to get used to.
Insight. I believe I get a bonus to this. Let's see if it automatically applies. No, it's arcana on nature. Never mind. All right, 13.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's just a disheveled guy down on his luck. Seems like he's... The fact that he's stopping by your place as opposed to setting up at the local inn in one of the towns means that he will probably be in a bit more of a rush than most other people.
Or actively trying to avoid towns, but yeah.
All right, well, I have a floor, and there is a hammock out here on the deck. Up to you. But you're welcome to stay.
Thank you very much. I don't have much skills. And like as I peer inside, do I see like any like books, papers, or anything like that?
Lots of books, plenty of papers. There's, if you look at any specifically, there's plenty of drawings of like plants and animals and lots of like little studies. There's tons of tinctures across all the windows and, just variously along the walls is strung up various herbs. Opening the door, there's just a waft of like rosemary and it's strong. There's a lot of herbs and plants in this thing.
Okay. Yeah, and like basically with that, and like with his eyes darting around the inside of your place, he's basically saying like, okay, so if you don't feel comfortable with like me staying here for free, I know my way around books and scripts. So if you need anything transcribed, copied, or anything, I could do that for you if you have like work that has been piling up, and like maybe like his eyes just like stick onto a pile of parchments that are just like stacked up onto a desk.
What languages can you read?
Well, Common, of course, Elvish and Draconic mostly.
Okay. Anything else?
Not enough that I would feel comfortable, like discovering a new textbook with that. But
we'll find a way for you to be useful. Not a problem though. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So.
Yep. The two can hunker down for a long rest. Yep.
Yeah, those languages aren't any help. He knows Elvish. And he has a friend that can help him with the Draconic. So.
Yep. But that would be like what he would get with his upbringing, simply because like most spells are like sometimes put in Draconic, and Elvish is because of family reasons. So.
All right, so yep, you guys are able to hunker down for a long rest. I know Coco would appreciate that. Do you guys plan on sticking around the cabin for a while, or Coco, were you planning on heading somewhere?
Well, not to abuse his hospitality, but basically he would just like probably make conversation during the evening to like know if like this person has any needs or like any intel on the surrounding areas. And maybe, just maybe, once he feels like this person is like a little bit more trustworthy than whoever he's met so far, which, let's be fair, has not been a good track record. They'll probably just ask to like try to stick around this person. First off, because it seems like his nature doesn't seem to bother them. Second off, because if that person looks to be from around here, that would be better to have a local around, and like maybe trying to like run errands for them as much as possible before continuing on the path. Not like just like plan on staying there, but simply like I want to move forward, but if I can like keep that person with me for an extended period of time for the next few days, that would be like a good help. Kind of.
Alright.
Okay, real quick. Anything that you would particularly like to know and ask during those conversations?
Yeah, basically like what your character is doing in general. Maybe a little bit of question about like the local area, a tiny bit of politics, but like that's not what he would want to know more. But yeah, like mostly like your main
He
stuff.
asks what the politics is, and he's like, I don't care. I go into town occasionally for some store runs. I don't know who's running now.
Okay. Mostly like be interested in your research study subject.
He will tell you all about various plants and probably way too many things that you don't want to know.
I mean, he would be interesting in like maybe he would try to pry into any plants that like are considered basic medicinal and like herbal concoctions. So like he would be more interested in anything that could be used as to potions or like medicines in general.
Yeah, he'd go over a fair few of them. Just off the top of my head, I know about like peppermint, aloe. There was rosemary. All those can be used, and a few others that can be used in an anesthetic. There is, I don't remember anymore off the top of my head. Sorry, but yeah, he'd definitely go into like, oh yeah, this thing can be used. This one, and you know, this plant here. Actually, no, sorry, this mushroom is like a natural band-aid and it has its own anesthetical properties. And this one's very bad. Don't eat it unless you're like really, really sick. It'll get you going. And he'd be happy to like show you how he makes some of his stuff, and there's many that are already pre-made because he does. You know, there are adventures that come through for that kind of stuff.
Okay. Then yeah, for the duration of the evening, like that's what they would mostly be interested about in the conversation. Like even if they clearly calm down, they're still looking like skittish, simply because like that's what they've been going for the past few weeks.
So, sure, I'll ask. What's got you all nervous?
Well, and like basically every time he gets in a like uncomfortable position, he has a tick where basically his left hand caresses his neck from like front to back, and even if he has a high neck and like his shirt is like still tucked up and covered like that, if you make a perception check.
Sure, I'm going to tell you right now. He's very socially rusty. He might not he might just like pull your collar or something, not ask.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like the question is like, do you see it or no?
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
13s.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, basically, like as he's doing that, you can clearly see that there are like some what's it called, some scar marks. They're really fresh. That like starts from like the middle of the neck where the carotid would be, and like goes back up into like the spine. And like at first, it just seems like a random like cut that might be there, but like with the way that he's rubbing it, it's like exposing it a little bit more. And if you like try to pry more, you'll see that it's like way too smooth and too like clean to be just a cut wound. So if you just want to be like socially awkward and just like rip the shirt down, you can see what's.
I mean, you keep scratching at it. He just like reach forward and like pull off the side of your collar, see like it's the or like running rash or something. And be like, no, just a minute. And you get up and grab one of said just explained tinctures, some mixture of like aloe, rosemary, peppermint.
Yeah, so basically, if you expose the wound, you basically see that it's not just a cut wound, but it's like a really specific, intricate pattern that was carved into like the back of his
Like a branding.
more than a branding, like it looks like a pattern that would be used by cults to draw things in general. And it doesn't look to be self-inflicted because it's like way too neat for where it is. And you can clearly see that it doesn't just like stop at the neck. If you like pull the shirt lower, you can see that the patterns also extend to his back.
You wouldn't keep pulling. He'll see it and be like, I'll probably just assume that you like, you know, you're caught the wrong crowd or something. It's obviously like you keep scratching at it, must be irritating you. So he'll get some, you know, cream that'll help you for that. And it's some like, it's the base of it is honey and oils. So it's not going to feel like great to put on, like, you know, like just by texture, right? It's just, it's like butter almost, right?
Yeah.
But he'll have this little jar with some like white kind of opaque-ish mixture in it and be like, here, put this on.
No, thanks.
And
But yeah,
that should help with the itchiness. You shouldn't be scratching that. You're going to make it worse.
He's basically like using the oil that you gave, but the way that he's rubbing it onto his back, like his neck, is clearly the exact same motion that he was doing before. Not scratching, but just like rubbing it in a very like, this isn't comfortable kind of way. But it seems to be like the more he rubs it, the more he just like gets into it, and it seems to actually help. So yeah, he untenses for a little bit and just like has his shoulders slump a little bit more, clearly showing that he's relaxing. And then he's like, yeah, so have had a rough start of the month. Let's put it like this. I've been on my way to start a new life away from the family, all that kind of shit, trying to prove myself, prove my worth in the family, because you know, when you have 12 siblings, even if you're like on the top part of them, it's just sometimes hard to be seen for what you want to be. So yeah, try to make my way into the world and hopefully come back with something interesting for enough for the family to recognize me. Yeah, ended up getting myself into she stuff. One day woke up in the middle of a ceremony, I would say. And next thing I know, I have spent basically an entire week battling my own blood and body. And after that, I just, let's say I'm starting to have a taste for things that are red. And I don't know how to deal with that.
Squint. Stuck with the wrong crowd indeed. I'm afraid I can't help you much with that one there.
Yeah, I was hoping one of your concoctions might have, like, something that could either dampen it or help, but yeah, I guess I'll just have to...
I could put you to sleep.
I mean, I slept
I
fine.
have plenty for that if you need it.
Yeah, that's not really what I'm looking for. Anything to like slow the process or anything, but I don't know how far gone it has been. I can walk outside somewhat fine, so I don't think I'm like that far gone, but you know,
You're well beyond my expertise, son.
yeah, I'll just have to sneak myself into some libraries again until I find something proper. Since clearly I can't walk into a church and just like ask, "Hey, anybody has anything for that?"
I mean, you certainly find some people in town. There's a small church there.
Yeah, no, the problem is not like the people not being willing to help. The problem is like me entering the premise of the church and then basically feel like I'm walking on coals.
Well, I'm sure you could grab someone to fetch a priest from inside, talk to you.
I mean, that could certainly be of help. I don't know. I was just hoping to go into that direction as much as I can, and then like once I find something, I'll just try to dig through it more. But yeah, if you're willing to help, I'm like, I would really appreciate any help.
Well, we can see what we find. As long as you don't, buy next not for sale.
No, I'll behave.
Very good.
Okay, so I guess tomorrow we go in town and hopefully try to find somebody who can help.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I would say with that one, I would say that Vel, your character would probably try and go to your contact Talon, ask him for help.
Sure.
He would say that he can do some research onto helping alleviate this problem, kind of reverse it. But in the meantime, he knows you, Vel. He knows that you're capable. And based on Rickard's equipment that he's carrying, it's like, oh, you seem like an able body. If the two of you are up for it, he does have a favor that you can help him out with in exchange. He
anything
has
for you, Talon?
Yep. Specifically, it is Thegbolder. He has heard rumors that Thegbolder might need some able bodies in the near future. And so if you two are perfectly capable of making your way down there for a little bit, he'll pull some strings and do some research and see if he can't come up with something to help Rickard.
I wouldn't mind that. Like I said, anything for you, Talon. Why'd I just ask? Could you occasionally stop by and water the garden?
Of course.
Hate to, I have some great produce coming in this year.
Oh, absolutely. Love some of your samples.
I'll be happy to share it with you.
Fantastic. All right. And just to move things a little bit long, because we only have about an hour left in the session, you guys will be able to make your way down to Thegbolder, and just as you do see a green-scaled dragonborn chatting to the two guards out front, trying to gain entry. All right, stranger, what's your name and what's your business? Brandon, this is questioned at Tevworth.
Which town is this?
This is Thegbolder, the city you're going to.
Oh, I just wish to chat around and meet with some people. I travel from a small town.
Specifically from the orphanage near Greenflower. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And how long do you plan on staying here?
Maybe only a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. Time will tell.
All right. Make a quick persuasion check. All right. All right, they seem to like the cut of your jib. You sell yourself well enough. They let you pass.
The term "cut of your jib" is so funny. It's
Mm.
it's part of the like if I ever made an RPG, you know, gumption, cut of your jib.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Coco and Vel, you guys follow shortly after the Dragonborn, answering the same questions. Cutting back to the ship. Jay, would you still be trying to keep your distance, like follow behind the hobgoblin to keep an eye on him, or would you be more concerned about getting off and going through customs on your own?
He's got his hunter's mark on him, so he's just concentrating on that, and he'll go on through customs on his own.
Okay. Okay. The dwarf customs agent will be asking your name and business for coming to Thegboulder.
The name is Ramirez, and I am here from work on
DeRosa.
potential hobgoblin activity.
The dwarf immediately like eyeballs Gazrul off to the side and takes a look at you. Hobgoblin activity, eh?
Yep, that also keeping an eye out on him. Have no clue why he is here, but make sure he doesn't cause any trouble.
The dwarf nods at that one and immediately like stamps you through. It's like, this is a very expedient process for you.
Coolio.
Yep. Gia. Gazril, of course, lets Yaori do the talking. Alright. State your name and business.
Meow! Oh my god, it's a meow meow. Hello. Oh,
It's a kitty.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to Gia too much.
No!
Gia, I need you to focus a little bit right now.
Sorry, yes.
The dwarf customs agent asks for your name and business.
Okay. Hello. My name is Meowry. Meowry Curry. I want to go on an adventure and make new friends. With my friend. I point at my friend.
And how did you two come to be friends?
We shook hands.
And you trust this one?
Yes. Absolutely.
How long have you been friends?
I turn around and I'm like, how long have we been friends?
About a year.
Around 365 days.
He squints at you and like notes that down. How long do you plan on staying here?
Until we make so many friends and we feel like, let's go make more friends elsewhere.
Do you have any business lined up?
She's gonna get deported.
We want to join a adventure
Group.
Guild.
guild.
Alright. Gio, make a quick persuasion check.
Oh no.
Alright. Yeah, you're parting through. Gazril, it does take him notably longer to get through.
Why?
Because as it was explained to you earlier, the dwarves do not like hobgoblins.
But I told them you were nice.
Oh yeah, that's the fact, is that they're just asking him questions. If you rolled lower on your persuasion check, he would have been detained.
Oh no, okay. I did well.
Yes. Yes, you answered well. Unfortunately, the charisma check did not match your responses, but if you gave worse responses, it would have been worse for Gazrul.
Nah, I got this.
Yes, you did well.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I see the category?
All right, one sec.
Like, I
Okay.
get a reward. Now I get to see Kitty.
Okay. Now cutting back over to. There you go.
Sorry, just how the cat was like. Cat comes into frame and it's upside down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cutting back over to Tevorth. Brandon. With Rickard and Lakin following close by because you guys came into town at roughly the same time. You do hear a woman shout from an alley asking for help.
Tivorth immediately runs towards the source.
All right. Coco, Vel, do you two follow?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
I
following.
mean, I'll
him
follow
mostly.
the empty our friend, I guess. All right, so
All
where
right.
do you go find able bodies? Oh, okay. Oh, where are you going?
Okay. As you guys approach, you do see 3 thuggish-looking individuals apparently trying to mug a woman. Do any of you step forward, make a
Sorry, you're
declaration?
saying people trying to mug someone? Is that what's going on?
Yes, you see 3 men trying to mug a woman.
Okay, I'm turning towards Locke.
Tivorth immediately grapples one of them.
Holy shit!
Tackles.
And yeah, basically like Rykard turns to Lacan and say, "Is this a regular occurrence? Should we intervene?"
I don't spend time in towns, but it doesn't seem like this is quite right.
I mean, usually I would expect guards to take care of this, but I don't see any around, so maybe we should take care of that.
So how many muggers are there?
There's 3 of them.
And
Okay.
there's 3 of them.
Lacan will just like walk up to one of them. One of them just got tackled, I guess, but
Yeah, one's
I'll walk up
actively
to another
being
one.
grappled.
Pardon, what might you be doing over here?
Wait, what's it look like? He's trying to do reasonable business over here, and then this guy over here tries to tackle one of us.
What might be your business?
Just making an honest day's work.
Sighting. Character sheet.
Can I like inside check this to see if like he's just trying to nicely say that he's mugging this person?
Yeah, I was about to say, what does it look like? We're mugging this person.
Yeah, they're absolutely trying to mug this person. They're trying to steal from her.
Yeah.
Honest work. Of course.
Okay.
I
guess
would like. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, I guess while he was confronting them, like, Rykard would just use his spear to basically, like, push the muggers away from the person, and, like, trying to put himself in between.
Oh.
He doesn't.
Oh, no,
look
no
much
one's going
immense,
anywhere.
But, just, like, trying
yes.
to make space between, like, the mugged and the muggers.
He will, like, tap his staff on the ground twice, and various roots and vines will sprout up around us all. He's casting Entangle.
Holy shit.
Okay, any one of you 3 can make a intimidation check with advantage.
Intimidation.
It's not how many spell slots. What?
I have +0. Brendan, what's your... Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Okay, now that that's working. There we go. 17? Okay, so you already rolled it?
Yeah.
That's fine. I have a +0 anyway. It wouldn't have been me.
At a plus.
All right. Real quick, Brandon, just make a contested grapple check. That'll be an athletics check from you.
Athletics, just a normal.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird. Alright, I'll just have to do it off-site then. Freaking nat one. Alright. Alright, so you managed to hold on to the other one, the one that's on the ground. The other two, like, start backing up at the sight of all this. The one that's being grappled is like, hold on, you guys adventurers.
Do they pass the entangle?
It's like, the strength, it's a DC 13, 1 sec.
The point was they're not going anywhere, was what the attempt was.
Right.
And we're gonna have a nice little chat now, aren't we?
Nope. They do not pass. Is the woman entangled as well?
I would imagine, yeah. This was centered on all of us.
Probably would be.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everyone bit.
Yep.
Everyone is. So, Coco.
We're gonna have a nice chat over here.
Yeah, everyone's just having a nice chat, apparently.
Okay, yeah. Everyone is currently entangled. Okay, and yeah, the one guy asks if you guys are adventurers.
Yes.
Mayhaps.
Absolutely not, but I do help them quite a bit.
You guys working for the guild?
The what?
The Adventurers Guild.
Never heard of it.
Is that who your contact wanted us to go for? Because he did said that we were going to go in town to be looking for able bodies, so you know,
Yeah,
the
you
most
just said they
logical
needed more
sense.
hands. It might have been the guild.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. What's it to you?
At that point, all three of the muggers and the woman start screaming for help. Amongst the screams, help murder hobos.
No one has any blades out. We're just chilling.
I tackled him. I'm unarmed.
One's tackled, one has his blade out, and you cast a spell that is currently entangling all of them.
Mhm.
Including
That's
us.
Yeah. Do you guys
It's a
want to do anything
murder.
before help arrives?
Yeah, I want to cut the vine around me so I can like yeet.
Vel?
I guess
Uh,
to break out.
It should be just a strength save.
Strength.
I mean, I think he'd be able to reason with the people.
No,
At this
all
point, they're
three of
terrified
them.
that you're going to kill them, including the woman.
Oh,
Yes, they are all convinced that you guys are murder hobos.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Rykard's out.
Why
he'd
do
like
Okay.
to try and calm them rather than running away.
Do you have
Yeah,
calm emotions or
Reinhardt's first
something?
instinct is like people are running. He's running.
I mean, I could kind of sleep, but that would just make things worse. No, he's just gonna try and like talk things out. Like, no, hold on. We're not here to murder anyone. I'm just here to stop what was very clearly you mugging this fine lady right here. And the entangle is so that we all can have this great little chat. Don't need you running off and causing more issues now, do we?
Okay, that'll be an either a persuasion check at disadvantage or an intimidation check at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Both are 0. May as well do an intimidation then.
Holy shit.
At this point, the guards have arrived.
Yeah. Rykard is like midway through back alley already.
Yep. Unfortunately, Temworth
Divorce.
is still entangled, and Lycan is standing there. So,
I yell out
Lycan's
to
just
the guards.
chilling.
yep.
I yell out to the guards. Help! I was here to help this woman. screaming for help, but all these ruffians have surrounded me. And I throw everyone else under the bus.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage, I'm going to say, because, yeah, you are entangled.
I'm entangled
These
too.
ruffians have surrounded me.
21
great.
crit.
Okay. Yep, the guards are going to cautiously approach. They are going to tell what is very clearly the druid amongst them to drop the spell.
Of course. He'll have his hands up. I'm more than willing to. These three right here, would you mind just making sure that they don't run? They were quite clearly trying to mug this lady.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to be taking those three and you. We're going to take you downtown for questioning.
Oh, by all means. And he'll drop the spell.
All right. Yep, you were taken downtown for questioning. They say that if you want to... Yep, they say that if you want to try that again, you need to first sign up with the Adventurers Guild, at which point they will give you a badge to identify yourself.
Ah. Apologies, I'm from out of town and usually in the woods, as you might understand.
Make a persuasion check.
This is going to go terrible.
All right. They say that because it is your first time in town, and you are very clearly someone from the woods, they will let you off with a warning this time. But if you want to try this kind of thing again, go and sign up with the Adventurers Guild. And going forward, rather than presenting your weapons and magic as the forefront, you'll have access to a badge that shows that you're a representative of the Adventurers Guild.
The badge wouldn't necessarily stop them from running away.
So instead of having to show magic that you're a murder hobo, people can see it and avoid you.
For the most part, yeah.
So that was a question, but the badge wouldn't stop them from running away.
Why would you want them to stick around?
So that you can arrest them.
For running away?
Or... Why am I forgetting the word?
Or mugging on people.
Or mugging that lady. Ah.
But they didn't mug them because they ran away.
But they were caught in the act.
You caught them in the act, and rather than stopping them, you assaulted them.
Mm-hmm. If that's the word you would like to use.
It is the legal definition.
Very well. I shall use the information going forward.
Good. And with that one, you are let off with a warning. I guess you would meet up with Rykard, almost immediately as you leave the guard station.
Yep. He would just wait for all the guards to be out of sight and then just dart back with the group. Well, Lacan mainly, but yeah.
Brandon, where would your character have been this time?
What do you mean? During all that?
Yeah, because he would have been taken away. You would have been just let go because you would have successfully convinced them that you were a victim of this too.
He wanders over to the port and starts asking around about different ships that sailed from this port that may have wrecked. If anybody knows anyone that knows anything about any shipwrecks.
Yes. So the best option that you would have is that they do have the harbor master, who has a record of any shipwrecks within the past 10 years.
Yeah, he goes to talk to the harbor master.
Okay. All right. And what would you want with that information?
I want to know of any weird cargo that may have been lost during that time, and who was shipping it.
I suppose I can get those records in order. It will cost you a few silver pieces, but if you come back tomorrow, I can be able to help you with that.
It's a deal. Fine, sir.
All right, then.
He shakes his hand and walks away.
Mm-hmm.
I start looking for an inn and a bar that are close together.
Yes, you do have the tavern, which does have an inn. One second. It's the Crusty Beard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your drink's on in the crusty beard.
Yep, that will be just for the sake of convenience, this is where everyone can, Brandon, Vel, and Coca, that's where your characters can meet up. Right across the street from there is the Adventurers Guild, if you'd like to sign up there.
Yeah. When he's a Reese, he'll find Rickard and be like, oh, so supposedly we need this guild badge thing. Might be best to acquire one of those.
For the record, to sign up with... Yep. And also, just to see if we can combine the party sooner, Jay, would you try to sign up with the Adventurers Guild?
What's the Hobgoblin doing? If the Hobgoblin's signing up, then Ramirez would be like, I guess we can keep the enemies closer. He would also sign up and try to get in the Hobgoblin's party.
Well, here's the thing. Before he would go to the Adventurers Guild, he would take the Tabaxi aside. Now, we did say we're going to sign up for the Adventurers Guild, and I intend to keep that promise, because you and I are good people like that. However,
good people.
Yep. I'm assuming that Chia can hear this.
Sorry, she's in the other room. Maybe.
Well, he's going to say that in the interest of making friends, there is another contact that we can sign up with.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take you over to the back streets. He'll be asking around for a lot of people, starting up conversations, and it looks like it's a bunch of aimless conversations, and they just keep hopping from one subject to another until eventually they meet a humanoid figure that's completely cloaked. Over here, stranger.
Hello.
And it's here that Gazrul and you will sign up with the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
Alright. And the two of you are given a job of finding a crystal that you're going to need to steal.
Okay.
Alright. Jay, would you be trying to follow them in this whole thing?
Right. And since I've got Hunter's Mark, I get a advantage on my survival checks to track.
Awesome. So you can make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, stealth with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
25.
Yep, you're convinced that they do not notice that you're following them, and you're able to listen in well enough that you know that he has signed up with the Tabaxi with the Thieves Guild.
Damn hobgoblins instantly towards the Thieves Guild. I better stick around and foil their plans.
All right. And with that one, then Gazrul and Miahri will actually head over to the Adventurers Guild and sign up.
Yep. Ramirez will sign up after them. He'll talk to is there a front desk worker?
Yes, just for the sake of convenience, we'll say that everyone is there. Everyone will see the operator of the Adventurers Guild, a Harangon named Fuzzy Bum Bum.
Interesting. That's a Gia name.
Certainly feels like it, doesn't it?
The fuck is a horn gun?
Many might laugh. He's over here.
Oh, it's a
He's
bunny.
a little
Oh.
naive forest man. Good evening, Fuzzy Bum Bum. How are you?
Alright. I'm doing well. How's the lot of you? It's quite a big crowd here today.
Someone else want to?
There's a rabbit.
I'm seeking a party to be able to go on adventures with, maybe charter ship.
Yeah, alright. Sign up fee is a mere 2 gold pieces. Paid at the first of every month.
How?
Must we be in town for that?
Pardon?
Must we be in town for that, or could we pay for a few months up front?
Oh, you can certainly pay for a few months up front.
Right here.
For the record, I'll say that you guys can only just pay for the two gold pieces right now, and hypothetically, if things happen to go for more month, then we'll be paying up further that way. So, just a little something to help the player save their gold.
He looks at him sadly as he drops the 2 gold pieces and looks at his very meager wallet.
Moths fly out.
And he sighs, and he asked immediately, "What is your highest paying job?"
Well, there has been noted disappearance in the back streets, so if you can find out where these people are going to and offer up any information on their disappearances, there is a reward. If you can sort out the problem itself, there'll be a much greater reward.
Did Talon mention what we were here for?
Just that the
Just
city needed
bodies.
able bodies.
For the Adventurers Guild, or?
He didn't mention specifically.
Okay, I'll ask the guild person then too. Do you happen to know a Talon from Millstone?
Oh yes, I've actually had contacts with Talon before, yes.
Ah, yes, he sent the two of us here for some jobs. Apparently, you needed extra bodies.
Well, we could certainly use another party here at the Adventurers Guild, because so far we just have the one, the Tall Order, the local heroes, so to speak. But with them being the local heroes, they tend to take on the higher paying jobs and not so much the lower paying ones, such as this right here. The ones that the common folk have to scrape together any copper for in order to pay off.
Ah, maybe this was what he needed. Very well, I shall help. He also pays us 2 gold without, and he surprisingly has a bit more money.
Okay, so with that one, I assume that the party is going to be taking on the job to search into the disappearances in the back streets.
Yes.
Sure. All right then. And with that one, with a job in hand, the party will be taking that up first time next session. In the meantime, everybody say bye to Craig.
Bye, Craig.
Bye, Greg.